Hey, everybody, it's Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And I'm very pleased to have with me again Jay Pierce, who's the lifecycle management with SmarTrak.ai. Jay, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Doug.
So, we're involved here in a multi part series on SmarTrak and how SmarTrak is unpacking great opportunities for the channel partners. Especially, we're looking at renewals and managing those renewals, turning those renewals really into kind of like a little bit of a gold mine. Jay, before we dive into that today, quickly, what is SmarTrak?
SmarTrak is a lifecycle and adoption vehicle. I always view it as a practice engine when it comes to managing what you need to know about their Cisco motion as it relates to hardware, software, and services, and the plethora of understanding of like how's the customer achieving those goals from an outcomes perspective.
So today we're going to be talking about turning Cisco renewals into 5-year plans. And I literally just asked Jay, how does this work to begin with? So it starts out like a 3-year deal. Is that right?
Yeah, it could be a combination of 3-year deals or 5-year deals. What Cisco has that's out there in the marketplace is moving these things from a commercial framework into what they call their buying programs, their enterprise agreements, even could be their integrated portfolio agreements. And I think one of the biggest thing there is truly understanding before you go architect what the customer is buying from a hardware, software, and services perspective into one of those structures. What are those requirements? What are those requirements technically? What are those goals? And what are those needs over that next 3 or 5-year journey? When you really think about it from an idle perspective, who's doing the service strategy work? Who is defining the service design? And then what about the service transition needs? And then what about the service operations? And when a lot of folks are selling these hardware deals, it's not just sell the hardware and eject. It's looking at what does that journey require over the next 3 to 5 years so the customer is hitting those goals, those objectives, and those outcomes on what they're trying to achieve as they're trying to transform what they're doing in the marketplace and serving not only their own customers, but the needs of their business.
Now, one of the things that struck me in talking about this segment was you guys don't look at this as a sort of rear view mirror exercise, which I would think would normally, renewals, okay, let's see what they've been doing, but as a forward thing, windshield.
Absolutely. And a windshield is a great analogy to think about what we equip partners and in customers. What if tomorrow we could equip you with everything you need to know about your customers, regardless of the market segment? What about their hardware? What about their subscriptions? What about their contracts? What about their usage for the next 5 years in a matter of seconds? And then putting that into a view where you can build a conversation not only with Cisco about your account plan and strategy to accelerate deal registration with Cisco, but most importantly, number 2, customers first. How is the customer needing to prepare? How are they needing to transform? And then where do you build those plans together? Not only with the end customer, but with Cisco in the seat next to you, with us to the left or the right. And having that windshield view kind of understands, here are the headwinds that are coming into my line of sight about how the customer needs to transform, not only in their buying behavior, because some of this stuff may not be tied into a buying program, and that's where the customer needs to graduate to. But number 2, how's the customer transforming in this era of AI for the hardware needs and for the software needs and for the services needs in this new land called AI? And having that conversation in that windshield is no longer something that I don't understand what is out there. We make it so easy where you can see that view in a 3-year view, a 5-year view, and we make that possible on day one.
Jay, I got to ask before we wrap up this short segment, how come I can't use my own AI? I get the data from Cisco. How come I can't just dump it in to some AI program and do it myself?
Certainly a lot of people are trying that, but I think there's a couple big things to be thinking about. Is the data that you're dumping into AI, is it protected? Is it going to go out there into the public space and be and for everybody to go see? And that's number one. Number two, we've spent an exorbitant amount of hours building the things that we have that identifies all the things that we've been talking about. We understand the programs, we understand the rules, we understand the data contextually, and we're building these things at lightning speed as it relates to the land of AI. So I would just encourage you, if you're trying to go do it, think, is this data going to be protected? And then number two, do I truly understand all the different conversations and the different questions to go ask? And am I going to get to my destination based on what I'm trying to build with my own AI tools? I don't know. I mean, I think that really kind of comes back to how much effort do you want to put into it? Or do you want to go into a trusted source like SmarTrak.ai, where we've already understand the challenges and we can deliver on day one on what you need, and it can adjust based on the changes of the game.
Well, Jay, I really want to thank you for joining me today on this brief segment. Join us next time. We're going to be talking about clean data before artificial intelligence. But for now, Jay, where can we learn more about SmarTrak?
SmarTrak, again, find us on LinkedIn. You can see that we're posting stuff out about SmarTrak all the time. Go to our website. We have a lot of great information out there at SmarTrak.ai. And there's a contact information. It identifies everything that we're solving for in the Cisco partner ecosystem.
Jay, again, thank you very much indeed. And I'm looking forward to our next segment.
Thank you, Doug.